Hello,
What's up, gang?
friends, pals. We have so much to talk about. And you know what? There was so much to talk about before Dynamite even started. But wow, what a week! What a week! Danny, are you frozen?
When
Oh,
Jesus
I was about.
said, yeah.
I, man, I was about to start talking about you crazy.
It's like literally part of the unofficial intro. It's Danielle's bad Wi-Fi, or I guess Daniel's bad Wi-Fi.
Hey, I think when the Wi-Fi's bad, you become Danielle. Um, say her full name. Um,
That's crazy.
Man, well, I would like to start this episode by saying, one, welcome to the Dynamite Diaries. If you have been here before, why? Um, and if you're new here, also, why?
Lyric, we've had a lot of new people join the cult. I don't know. Tell people a little bit about yourselves. Should we do an
um,
icebreaker?
do you have one?
Um, I have a couple, but none of them are traditional in that sense. What's the biggest animal you think you could defeat with your bare hands?
Ooh, um,
Sorry to
probably,
PETA.
probably like a gerbil. Yeah,
I'm thinking bigger than that, brother.
I
I,
believe that you can like defeat like a triceratops.
you
I
ever see
believe
me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear? Help the
help the bear.
bear. That bitch
I
gonna
do
need it.
I
No,
do believe you.
I feel like a bear is excessive. Like I want to be semi-realistic. Like I would not defeat a bear. Now, like I think I could give a hyena a good fight. Like I mean, like a coyote. Do you say coyotes over there? I mean, like coyote. Um, what else? I think both of those, yeah. Um, and then like my reach answer. So Dribbble's way too easy. What's like your reach answer where you're like, if you're trapped in a dome with them, for example, like Hunger Games style, the second one, you're trapped in a dome with them, just you and this animal.
I
Who's
think
coming out of the dome?
I could beat a flamingo.
A really interesting answer. Why?
Um the legs. I think that if you can kick one of those legs out, you're done. They're so skinny. Same thing with like a giraffe, right? Like the neck is so narrow. You're looking all the way up here, chop you in the throat.
They have strong necks though. Oh, unlike never mind.
Hashtag neck strong.
Neck strong. um, a
Word
hyena
to
and
Roger
coyote would tear
Strong.
me apart. That's not true. I don't believe that. Coyotes are scared. Exactly. I don't know if y'all have them from where y'all are from, but like we got them around here. They're scared. Like they're not that big,
I've never
and
seen a
they
coyote.
run away. You've never seen. We got them everywhere where I'm from. Um, but like yeah, no, like honestly, they see your dog and like you see you walking with your dog, and they'll run. Like they're scary. I'm not worried about a coyote. A
He was a
hyena.
scary. Yeah, yeah, he was a
And
scary.
hyenas, think about it, right? Hyenas run in packs. So if I can alienate one hyena, he's gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck? Where's the rest of my pack?" Oh, sorry. He's gonna be like, "Where's the rest of my pack?" And then he's not like as I'm not as pressed about you, you know.
Do
Giraffe?
you
No, wait. My answer used to be giraffe because I was like, you could just climb on its neck and like crack it, kind of like you were saying about flamingo. But I don't know how you would get your hands around both sides of the throat of a giraffe.
have another icebreaker?
Of course I do. Okay. If you were Spider Man and you had to tell one non famous person and one famous person about your identity as Spider Man, who would you tell? always ready. Like
Um,
we did not get these prompts beforehand,
for
Your
the
Honor.
famous person, I would tell Kenny Omega.
You're
And
talking.
the reason why I would tell Kenny Omega is because I'd be like, hey bro, if you ever need anything, like if you if you
I want you to know I got you, big bro.
I just want you to know you got shooters everywhere. Free of charge.
Better shooters, even.
You just call me, beat me. I just want him to know he's safe and protected. That's all. And non famous person. Ooh, that's a hard one. I can only tell one.
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out who would it help. Like I'm trying to decide between like my brother and my middle school best friend. Um, my brother is kind of would be super. No, I'd have to tell my brother. Spider Man is his like
But then he would
favorite.
tell people.
That's his favorite of all time. But he wouldn't tell anybody.
Yes, he would. He'd be so excited he would tell people.
No, the thing is, what he would do, he wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs. But the thing about him is that he lives in Spider-Man merch as it is. Like his college dorm is even decorated in Spider-Man, so it wouldn't alarm anybody. You know, it wouldn't.
You know what? Actually, that's fair enough because it was just like blend in. They'd be like,
Yeah,
Spider Man.
it wouldn't alarm anybody. See, if my other friends who typically like have no idea what I do in real life, if they find out, it's going to become really weird if they start walking around to like Spider-Man stuff and start talking about superheroes all day. Everybody's going to know. Everybody's going to know. So I would tell my brother,
Cleaner, I got this. It's crazy.
cleaner. No, seriously, that's exactly how like I just want to say briefly,
Emu.
Kenny Omega, I thought I loved you.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead. So go ahead.
But I have to give my answers. If I were famous and I got to tell one person, not famous, if I were Spider-Man, I got to tell one person, I would have to tell Lewis Hamilton just so he would think that I was cool and we could be friends maybe. And if I had to tell one non-famous person, I don't want to like pick a sister because then that puts one of my sisters in an odd spot. So I'm going to say my best friend because she'd probably forget anyway.
Yeah.
Would you tell me if you're Spider-Man? That's the real question.
Yes, I would.
Really?
Yes. This is the thing.
It's like the ultimate trust test.
If I told you, you would just have to. I feel like you're also one of those people that would blend in because you already like randomly go into like Spider-Man monologues and stuff.
That's
so
true.
You know, it wouldn't be out of place if you just start randomly talking about Spider-Man, you know.
I mean, yeah, here we are. Yeah.
You know, so I don't think that it would be out of place. It wouldn't really alarm anybody. The problem is the people who never talk about superheroes a day in their life suddenly being entrusted with this information. So yeah, I would tell you.
You know what? I really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. I don't think you realize how much. I don't know if I would tell you if I was Spider-Man. I gotta be honest. I don't know if I would tell you if I was Spider-Man because, like, a couple of reasons, right? One, do I believe that you could keep the secret? Yes, absolutely. Do I want to put you in the position where you, like, where you know Spider-Man, and also, like, you're a journalist. So, like, if something really pops off, I don't want to put you in a position where you're compromising journalistic integrity. Two, right? Like, actually maybe because nobody would believe you. You're from South Carolina. They'd be like, "There's no fucking Spider-Man out there. There's nothing out there. Do not come. Do not come to my town."
You're correct.
Anyways, All Elite Wrestling had a show tonight, but before we get to that, we're gonna start the show.
Y'all said I would be tweeting about it. No, I wouldn't tweet it. I wouldn't tweet it. There's so much. I want you all.
That's some big news.
I just want to say, guys, my Twitter is all an illusion. I overshare things that don't actually matter to distract from the fact that I am not sharing the things that you probably want to know.
Me too. We do live double lives.
We live double lives.
I'm gonna say because If
I
I
am
told you guys some of the stuff that I was able to do, like you, even now, you people would not believe me. And I know it's the same for Lyric because we're
yeah.
friends.
So yeah, we
Somebody
tweet a
said, "Do you
lot.
think Dani would tweet Lyric and Spider Man and people would not believe me?" Now that's most likely. If
That's
you were
actually
actually Spider Man and I would tweet Lyric and Spider Man, people would be like, "Dani, shut up." I'd be like,
nobody would believe it,
"Boy
right?
who cried wolf."
That's why
Yeah,
I believe, like, I could easily tell you, and you could literally tell everybody, and nobody would actually believe you because you do this all the time.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Spider Man
Anyway,
isn't on my mob list. Lyric. Whew.
wait, pause, because I need to talk about that. Right today, for some reason, well, I have been okay. Lots of things happen on Twitter today, guys. Some of the stuff you know about, some of the stuff you don't know about. We're going to talk about all of it, right? I want to start with something that just pertains to me, and you guys probably don't care. A lot of people who do not follow me and who are on other platforms, even, I have found out that my account is the subject of their discussion, which flattering, I must say. Second of all, this one guy was like, "Oh my God, she's race baiting." Pause. I don't think you know what that means. Two, because if you mean to say that I'm using race to rage bait, then hook, line, sinker, baby, I gotcha. So, but my bigger point was like, there's been a lot of people today who don't follow me, who don't know anything else about me except the Rob list, and that's a little concerning to me because I am not a criminal. I do want to clarify. So all of a sudden people feel unsafe. All of a sudden I got heat with the locker room. Um, I which I promise we're all right. Um, yeah. So I just want to come out here. I do want to say everything that I don't think I've ever said this before. Everything that I say is a joke. Okay. None of this is serious. No one is in any is in jeopardy of any harm.
I also
Um,
think, too, like, guys, how do I say this? Wrestlers would not be regularly interacting with somebody if they didn't like them, or at least if they weren't joking. If you
like
see the
we're
same wrestler
okay.
responding to a person's tweets damn near every single day, clearly there's no actual bad blood
We
there.
all right. We are okay.
And unfortunately, I know a lot of people, it's hard to understand, but especially like how to, never mind, I'm not gonna say that. That was gonna
Oh,
sound
I
crazy.
got something to say. It's along that same lines. It's probably what you were gonna say, but a little bit off. I know it's hard for some people to conceptualize the idea of not being weird and having interactions with folks who are on TV as if that's like some accomplishment, because to some of you it might be because you're odd, and you have these parasocial relationships. I can I'm all right. I'm not gonna sit up here and say and name drop or flex or anything or DM read or anything of that capacity. But guys, I do not have heat in the AEW locker room. Well, on the Democratic side of the AEW locker room.
And particularly with black side.
It's fine. Fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, guys. I think everybody just needs to take a chill pill. Um, I
Legalize
could.
giggling.
I think
Legalize
that
that.
guy who posted that on Instagram, I think he deleted it because I went on
He
Instagram
did. He got scary.
because he had to know this wasn't real.
Like, of course I'm kidding. My tweet was like, why don't any wrestlers ever tell me happy birthday? And everybody was like, oh, because you're whining and throwing a tantrum? Is that what you think this is? Is that First of all, are you brand fucking new here? When have I
Do
ever in
you
my life sat there and said, Daddy, watch me twirl, please interact with me, please.
you
I
want to know what a wrestler happy birthday meant to Harriet Tubman?
In middle. No, Rosa sat on the bus. But
Do you know what Rosa? You know what Danny wanted?
read
You
these
know what Danny
lyrics to Cecily Tyson. Pop my butt. Pop my butt.
wanted? Do you know what Rosa wanted? A seat on a damn
Seat on a
bus.
damn bus.
You know what Danny wanted? A happy birthday. That's all Danny wanted.
Mind you, it's not my birthday. My birthday's in May. I'm bullshitting.
Craziest part too, bro. It's not even your birthday. Niggas, like, but that just shows you there are niggas literally, they are standing in position. They are screaming, scratching, clawing for like the downfall of several of us. And that's happened. And not even just to you, it's happened to me. And I've seen it happen to a couple other Black creators too, of like, there'll be a joke, but it's an inside joke that goes around. And they say it, and there's always one person that overreacts and be like, it's been a long time coming that y'all finally see what's going on and see what I see.
I'm telling y'all, and I've said it before on here, I got about 3 weeks left before a male diva stan make a thread about how I'm weird. We're on the clock, brother. It was fun while it lasted. I'm telling y'all right now, okay, before that comes out, set the record straight, none of it is true. No, none of it is true. It's BS.
I feel like you really know you've arrived. I remember it was if I'm not mistaken, it was a Britt Baker stan account. Britt Baker, Liv Morgan stan account. I think one time. No. It was an Alicia Fox Britt Baker stan account.
Jump scare.
None of these words are in the Bible, mind you.
Nor the Quran.
That was like, she's so that account is so weird, and that's how you know you've really crossed over into your next echelon.
But also, like, that's fantastic to me, because if the worst thing you could say about me is weird, that means that compared to men on wrestling Twitter, congratulations, I fucking
and some women.
Well, yes. And if the worst thing that you can say about me is annoying, I love that. You know why? Because it means you heard me.
Hey, guess what? I said we heard people. We heard people.
Speaking of which, All Elite Wrestling had a show tonight. Wait, before we
got hot topics to talk about real quick.
Wait, no, I was gonna say before we even get to hot topics, it's Lyric Week, everybody. So please, everyone, please share your favorite. You could do an impression of me, but it's Lyric Week. Please share your favorite lyric quote, tweet, mannerism, thing that she says, please. I'll go first. This is my best lyric impression. But also, too, the thing about it is, I'm trying to think, what else do you say a lot? Well, now you're saying. You're saying this.
The Wi-Fi started cutting out. So could you repeat that?
No way. Yeah. So, lyric every week she's like, but also too, and then week in, week out, and she know I'm not lying. And now the last few weeks it's been well, many are saying this.
Many are saying this.
Many are saying this. Story.
It's not.
Yes. Lyric for her I guess that's harassment experience.
Yeah, I am glad that
eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. Yep.
You can tell that I'm super Southern. Like, so many things so many things I say are like biblically influenced, and bro, I haven't been to church in like almost a year. Um, it's actually kind of crazy, but hey, the words of my heart.
God knows. He's
It's actually,
confused by it.
I think it's
Why don't you
fascinating
think that
that you call
the
it
rapture?
lyric.
Sorry.
This is not lyric week, and let me tell you, this is deflection week. Dani called this lyric week to deflect from the fact that she has a gigantic project coming out this Friday, which she should be very excited about. I think she's a little bit nervous, but I think she should be really excited about it. I got a sneak peek at the Osprey project this Friday that's coming out this Friday, y'all. Oh my god. Dani jokes a lot. Sometimes a little too much to where she makes it seem like she doesn't care about anything. Y'all, this project is so freaking good to where several people that I think y'all should hand in your resignation notice at your job at your wrestling media sites as soon as it comes out. I'm so serious. Um, there are
Well, we would hate to set high expectations, wouldn't we, Lyric?
I mean, I just want to say, like, guys, this is so good. It's so detailed and it's well organized. Anyway, Dani has been using this lyric week as a way to deflect from it. And it's not gonna work. We're not gonna do it. Does lyric week include a trip to Olive Garden? Yes, I've already been to it. All right, I went
No, wait, that's another good one. Daughter, take my hand.
no, what I said, rest, daughter.
Daughter.
Rest, daughter.
No,
Rest,
that's a
daughter.
great one. I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yes, daughter. What the Lord said, rest, daughter. You know, I tweeted it a little bit. I said, I thought I was going to have to choose between women's tag belts and world title, world champion Kris Statlander, and God said, bigger, daughter. God said, more. God said, daughter, you don't have to choose. You don't have to choose. They make you believe that we are having all these ultimatums. No, we don't. You can have it all more. Hashtag more. Um,
More.
but I'm glad that everybody gets a hoot of my southern mannerisms. But we will be streaming. Are you? Is it going to be a video, or how are you going to upload everything on Friday?
It will be a video. It will be my spreadsheets. It will be my little document. Everything. And then, honest to God, guys, I'm not doing anything for a long time. I'm not watching wrestling. I'm not analyzing wrestling. I ain't got half a brain left anymore. And if I ever hear elevated again, I think I might have to kill myself.
Well, the good news is, you got about a year.
That's how long it will take. That's how long it will take. But yeah, no,
I
we don't want
miss
to
it.
talk about it too much. But yeah, no, Friday. What I'm nervous about, and guys, to peel the curtain back a little bit, what I'm nervous about is that people are gonna be like, Danielle, this took you a year, or Danielle, this took you a year. Mind you, I have a 9 to 5, right? And I did everything by hand. These are my notes. I did everything by hand so that people could say it wasn't AI. And then I would go and I would put in this little notebook, and then I would go and I would check it off in this little thing, and then I went and I would type it up in my spreadsheets, and then I go into my spreadsheet and I typed it up into my document. Okay, so yes, it took a long time. It's been 3 boyfriends, 2 jobs, and now everyone's getting part 1.
You got 3
So
boyfriends in 1 year? Teach me.
move on.
Oh my god, teach
Move
me.
on. Move
Oh,
on.
what a woman.
It's not hard.
Somebody, a friend recommended that I got on Tinder today. I started barking at her. I literally
Honestly, well, Tinder is like putting yourself on discount. Don't do that. Hinge is when you have the will to live of someone who's seen some shit. That's when you go on Hinge. Army veteran. And Bumble is funny to me because, like, if it's a heterosexual like relationship, then women make the first move. Which is always funny to me because when men speak to me first, it's like, what am I supposed to do with the hey? I will give you something to start with. You guys, you've seen it already. I'll give you something to start with. And then if you can carry a conversation, I have to, decide out there. So Bumble, and I used to work there. That's not doxing me because I didn't work at the place, but I used to work like remotely for Bumble.
Oh,
Yeah, one of my first gigs doing socials, doing anyway.
I learn something new about you every day.
I just be talking. Anyway, so moving on.
We will
Let's
be
talk
supporting the
about the
Osprey
hinge of
Project.
humiliation ritual.
We will
You
be.
know what? You know what, Dan? Dan, you're not wrong. Isn't it two boyfriends? You said one said he didn't think of you as a boyfriend, which is how it awkwardly ended. You know what? You guys have great memories.
How much do we tell you?
Because you know what I'm realizing? I really do overshare on the internet. Like, I don't overshare any of the important stuff, like that's actually happening in my life, but like, oh my god. I guess I put everything out there because yeah, I forgot I even said that. But
To be
yep,
fair, though, when we
that's what
started the
happens.
show, we were only talking to like 30 people.
That's true. We were on FaceTime, essentially.
Yeah, we were only talking. We weren't talking to that many people, but
And it's still stressful to me to like sometimes I look and it'd be like, oh, 200 people watched last night, and I'm like, oh shit, what did I say?
yeah,
Um,
brother. Thanks, I guess. Please
thanks.
don't
I
dox
don't
me.
why. Why are you here? I
Sorry.
don't know what I could give you.
I'm not gonna lie. This show is really entertaining for me, so I can only imagine what it's like for people just watching it.
Oh my god, it's probably hell. Anyway, thanks for watching the Dynamite Diaries. All Elite Wrestling had a show tonight called Dynamite, but before we get there, we have to address certain individuals on the internet. Now, here's the thing, right? She was. I'm sure. I'm sure everyone knows what we're referring to, but if not, Gail Kim decided to get on the internet and just like tweet her way through it. You know what? I respect her for that because she just kept tweeting through it. Um, Basically, TLDR, there was this long thread about. First of all, it was a long thread about Jim Cornette being weird, and it's important that you guys know I don't really know who that is. All I know is that he made a weird video. So apparently, he used to
Racist.
have, yeah, yeah, that's what I heard. But apparently, he like used to have motion, and people, you're supposed to know who that is. No idea who that man is. But regardless, I know he's weird. And I know he's racist, which I feel like most people know. And so she decides to get on the internet and say basically something along the lines of one, it made her uncomfortable when a camera went under or like near Riho's skirt because she felt like she looked like a little girl and like that was inappropriate. And two, that she didn't feel like she was believable in her match. And we gotta address her before we address the defense gang.
Let me tag in. And I say this as somebody I've been watching wrestling now most of my life. Um, I'm old, and for me, women's wrestling wise, it was the TNA knockouts and people like Gail Kim that really got me to invest in women's wrestling when I was younger because of things that I didn't really like were happening in WWE at the time with women. And let me tell you something. The matches between Gail Kim and Awesome Kong, I remember that feeling at the time of it feels impossible that Gail Kim could possibly beat this woman. Look at this size difference, right? But at the same time, it was perfectly believable because of the heart she showed and her speed, her agility, right? It was still entertaining. And so all these years later, to see somebody who I believe has been so important to women's wrestling. Keep in mind this is one day after people are jumping down her throat for her deathmatch comments, which I didn't agree with, but I still didn't feel like people had the right to act like she had never contributed anything to wrestling, even though people disagreed with her, right? So to the very next day, after people have stood up for you and people have also discredited you for being a woman, all of these different things, to unprovoked belittle another woman, another Asian woman, and to set her up to be belittled by the nastiest, darkest, ugliest part of wrestling Twitter on purpose,
Again.
and double down to double down on those statements. Let me tell you something. And I learned this, and this is something I have to keep reminding myself, because being a woman in a male dominated industry, it doesn't matter if you're media, it doesn't matter if you're a wrestler, it doesn't matter if you're behind the scenes, there you are outnumbered, right? You are 100% outnumbered. But let me tell you something. Proximity to the patriarchy will not
Will
save
not
you
save
from
you.
wrath. Yes, we are outnumbered as women. Yes, there's a lack of opportunity for women. Yes, we often don't get the recognition that we deserve. But guess what? Stepping on another woman will not get you there faster. I can tell you that much. It's not, because guess what? You did all of that. Just like my goat said, bouncing on it, twisting on it, all of that, jerking on it, just for to still get nothing. You got fired from TNA, and WWE barely acknowledges that you ever existed. But you want to bounce
And
on it.
and the tweet itself got 200 likes. You could have texted those people. I, and on her points briefly, because I'm not gonna repeat everything that Lyric has said because I echo all those sentiments. I didn't grow up watching. I actually didn't really grow up watching wrestling. I didn't really get into wrestling until I was a late teenager slash the adult I am now. So, um, but I obviously am not going to sit up here and try to minimize, sorry, your her contributions to the sport of wrestling. But why are you trying to do that to someone else? Riho has never bothered nobody.
She's
That
not even on the app, bro.
she's not even on that. She not gonna see this. So if this was a she's not gonna see this. So if this were a good faith quote unquote good faith criticism, like one, like you work within the same sport, you could have had a conversation with her. But two, like you know who is this? Who is making a statement for? Besides the fact to cite something else. And your two statements of
Yo,
your
watch that weekend.
statements of one, is it better? Wait.
Slightly.
Well, my
Yes, you're better.
point was that okay, your two statements of one, like it made you uncomfortable. She looked like a little girl. I'm not gonna keep having this conversation with y'all about Riho. I'm not, because
No, here's the thing.
it's
Y'all like to pick at Riho because you think that she's an easy target. People like to pick at Riho
absolutely.
because they think she's easy target. But let me tell you something. And I want to also say I'm very proud of my FC. I'm very proud of how my FC handled it, because AEW fans, y'all are idiots. We are idiots a lot of times. The things that should be talked about aren't talked about half the time, and the things that shouldn't be talked about are talked about too much. However, the way y'all stepped when you felt like Big Riho's name was being slandered, the
I
way
need
that
more of that energy.
everybody stepped,
When I tell y'all to get up like that again, y'all better be ready.
like the
I'm gonna
way
activate this army like y'all my soldiers, because this was it but it was like it was deserved again, because like I said, Rio's never bothered anybody. She's never said anything. She's never even had the opportunity really to stand up for herself. So it was refreshing to see other people stand up for her at the end of the day, right? Because like all of your statements, about whole bullshit and I telling you that shit. But like, it is so rare, honestly, to see men like actually step up and say something in defense of women. And so for that to happen on like a large scale today really made me happy, you know. And so like, but it also kind of, to Lyric's point, like reminded me that this could be happening more, you know. More y'all could be saying more shit when people say things that are out of line. And that, and quickly back to her comments, right? Those are never criticisms that you would level against a male wrestler in the
No,
same way.
or
They're
any of
not.
them WWE,
Or
because you know
anyone
them.
that doesn't, or, you know, those are not things that you would type out to say. And so for you to just keep tweeting through it and then to keep acting like everybody's misunderstanding you, no, we read it. And if you, and then she was like, I don't even know who Jim Cornette is, da da da. You the one that hopped in the thread. So you don't
And
get to
also,
play, you don't
she's
get to
lying.
play ignorant.
She was in TNA when he was basically looking for
She was like,
TNA.
I didn't know what he said. I didn't know whatever. You were the one who decided to hop on the thread. And if you truly felt like, hey, I'm actually in over my head and they're talking about shit I didn't know what's happening or shit I didn't know, you would have deleted the tweets or you would have shut up.
I would also like to
Um,
say, and then you tried to double down. You thought the people were going to side with you over Kenny Omega? Over Kenny Omega? And this is why I really hate Kenny. Really don't bother nobody. He really don't bother.
nobody.
He be in
I
Japan. He
all
trying
he
to
do,
get
all he
treatment.
do on Twitter is log on and tell niggas happy birthday and go buy this video game. That's all he do.
He trying to do his little video games and he's in Japan getting his little treatments, trying to get back to the ring. Okay. He really don't bother nobody. The fact that my goat had to take time out of his day to come clock in and drag you bitches yet again by the scalp. Listen,
You know what it feels like? It's like well, my mom was a teacher. So my mom will always have this saying. She would say, it better not reach my desk. And honestly, that's what this felt like today. I said, now why this reach Omega's desk? Now y'all know good damn well we should have been handled this book got anywhere near my goat. But I have to say, Kenny, um, welcome to the Kenny Omega glazing section. Ah! My goat, my goat, my goat, my goats. We love you. I don't know if you guys, if you're new here,
so bad.
if you're new here, we fucking love Kenny Omega. Um, and first of all, the tweet itself hilarious. I was in there and I was like, why didn't I tweet something like this? Like, fuck. The tweet itself, he was like, you know, I don't know why somebody up here trying to do tricks on it for a TKO yearly gift basket. I said, not you want
Because
to go to the holiday party.
let's get negative. I think that, you know what? That's how I know the real AEW power is back. We got the real people at the top of the card. Bro, when I saw Will Ospreay at home, Will Ospreay was at home on his Instagram post. I don't know what he had in his hand. He said, but it ended
Ice
in
cream.
Palooza, the ice cream. He said, "What a shitty name." Hangman. They asked him at the scrum. They said, what's been the locker room's thoughts about all the counter programming?" He said, "We don't talk about it at all. I'm gonna just let you know right now, we don't care."
We don't
We
care. And you know
He said,
what? All Elite Wrestling is its I have always thought that all elite wrestling is at its best when they go low and we go lower.
to
Like,
hell.
I understand the desire to take the high road. Is it probably the best thing from a business perspective? Yes. Does it make you guys so much fucking cooler when y'all get in the weeds? And to that end, in that same vein, you guys feel that racist, fucking kill yourself. Nobody would mourn you. I said, oh.
MJF went on
So
to have
I
the
don't
best
know
weekend of
what.
his career.
And now we going to film a movie. So what does that tell us, kids? I really do think, like, I don't know what in the air shifted exactly. Maybe it was just Hangman getting the belt back. Everybody's like, matter of fact, we are we're kind of the shit. And I understand had a lot going on backstage and on TV where you probably didn't feel comfortable having everybody named Mama talk out their neck because you like, can anyone here back that up at this point? Can we say we have a good locker room if we don't have a good locker room? Can we say we have a good, product when our product's kind of shit? No. But guess what? 2025 has been a fantastic year for AEW so far. Knock on wood. I can't find anything wood, but I'm pretty wood colored. But
So
all of those things put together, you like everybody feels a little bit more comfortable talking their shit, and I want it upped. Everybody finds something to be a little bit disrespectful about. Why not?
they said, all right. They said, you talk about Riho, bitch, you have eaten your last haul. I can't believe you. I can't believe you. They said here's the thing. Kenny and Riho, those are the mother and father. Those are our parents of all elite wrestling. I know you really wouldn't
And I
get
want
it.
y'all to know it's also it's gender swapped. So Kenny is the mother and Riho's the father.
And fair. I think also too, aside from the dentist, those women, like, those original, like that first set of women's world champions, even if they might not be the focal point on TV right now, they still got super duper respect. Riho, Nala, Sheeta, those are the girls. We don't play about them. We never will play about them. It's never gonna be a joke. Ain't shit funny. Because you have to
And
think, they've been getting the worst of it from the very beginning.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
before there was ever a Mercedes, before there was a Tony, they were dealt to they had to deal with all of the anti-Joshi sentiments and all of the belittling and the transphobia.
Yeah. Yep.
Now we got before this division even could prove that they could even recruit. They were the proof of concept. They laid the foundation and they took a lot of hate. A lot of hate. And one thing about Riho is she is so foundational to the point to where she will always be in the record books. She will always be respected and she will always be memorialized. And Gail Kim, I am very sorry that your contributions to the industry will continuously be minimized. One, because of how you act, but two, because even though the Fed has never shot for you, you continuously go up for them. And I would never understand why, because guess what? The revolution that TNA started back when WWE didn't give a fuck about North American women's wrestling now gets to be minimized while they let their tactics run all through that locker room like Tomb Raider and pretend that a women's revolution started when Stephanie McMahon walked out one day in 2015 and said, "We've decided to care." There go your
And
childhood.
and it's yeah, I'm not gonna belabor the point because I think we've kind of hit the things that we want to hit. But like at the end of the day, girl, what blew me, not most, but another thing that blew me about this, right? Like Rio had a great match. The the match with Mercedes was phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Like so for that to be even so for you to even be jumping in there, it's like, oh, matter of fact, we actually don't even need to talk about that. So we can stop right there before this gets out of hand. Before now, all of a sudden, you beefing with Kenny Omega for some fucking reason. You could have logged off. You could have logged off,
Beefing
and
with Kenny Omega.
that will
Kenny
always that will always say more about you than it does about him.
beefing with Kenny Omega. My goat woke up, dropped that tweet off, left, didn't say shit up because it's over. It's over.
I was so mad at myself because how did I not think of something like that? And I was like, I don't know if I've ever heard Kenny Omega talk like that. That is new. That one's new to me. And I was like, for you in 2025, literally all you do on that Twitter account is tell niggas happy birthday and tweet about games I've never heard of. For you to say, yeah, I know, doing tricks on it for a company basket.
For the TKO gift basket. Whoa. Man.
They free my dog. They free
You
my
have to think
dog.
though, that entire group, like the Fed Shields, Jim Cornette, they were the main ones who purposely like ran Riho off Twitter. You know, like they were so
Yeah,
nasty.
it worse.
I know AO posted the clip, but Kenny talked about this, what was it, 2 years ago on
Yeah.
the Swerve City podcast about like, you know, the way that the Joshis have specifically been treated. Like, no, y'all deserve that drag. And I'm gonna be honest, you're lucky that all I said was one sentence.
And right, like I said, I don't want to go far too into it because I think I'm gonna make a video about it. But real a grown ass woman.
Absolutely.
Grown woman. She ain't checking for you. She ain't worried about you. Grown ass woman. She looks like a little girl. Grown ass woman handling her business at her job. She has a job. Now let's take a poll. Who here has
who has a job at a wrestling promotion right now? Gail, I don't see a hand.
I don't see how you hating from outside the club. You cannot even get in. So
I think here's the thing. Y'all get mad when AEW doesn't hire you, but you literally have never given them any inclination that you actually would work there and like your job. Yes, I've called AEW everything but a child of God, and I've said that I hate them and I think that they're a terrible promotion. But
now that I have no job, I would love to be all elite.
And I deserve the contract.
Value what they do over there, and I the North remembers. The North remembers. So I'm gonna leave it at that because I honestly I feel like we've gone pretty light on you, girl. Because we do respect the things that you have done for women's wrestling. We do. We would respect you more if you logged off.
And being a woman does not absolve you from perpetuating misogyny. You can also be an agent of misogyny. And
once you've been made aware of that fact and you continue to do so, then you're no longer an accomplice. You're actively contributing to that. So let's do some self-reflection.
Yeah, I don't have to say anything else on it because guess what? Our leader, he already handled this.
Handled it. Thank you, mother.
Our leader, exactly, Chloe. Unfortunately,
Chloe, right. The doors are closed.
In 2025, the doors are closed. Nobody else can come to our town without explicit permission. You do have to have majority rules vote by the fan base, and no Fed shills. Sorry, you can't come.
Actually, no, not even by the fan base. Lyric and I have to agree unanimously.
Correct. To be honest, there are very few women who I would allow to come to my town right now as they are today. I have like 2 signings I want. And honestly, both of these people are like independent talents. Like people
Maya.
who absolutely people who Maya and Lena Cross, people who I have no problem staying in like Ring of Honor and developing. Like not anybody like with no big power or anything. I bet we good on that. You can't come.
I also think it's funny. And again, guys, we will talk about Dynamite eventually. But I do think it's funny, like shifting gears a little bit. When the AEW pisses us off, it's they. But when they're on our good side and we feel like we're on the team, we have closed the doors to all of you wrestling.
Correct. You know, it's so funny because when you talked earlier about people thought you had heat with AEW, I said y'all said that to a real all elite princess? Our
You guys don't
elite,
even know.
you don't even know. There's a club, the All Elite Princess Club. It's a very exclusive club. Dani's a part of it. She's a, she's an exec board member. She's not the president, but
Sure, I don't want to be the president.
she's recording
A lot
secretary.
of responsibility,
But yeah, she's recording secretary. I'm not gonna lie.
a minute.
All out, I said, "Damn, I'm on the team, huh?" I said, "I'm on the team." They got me. I said, "Wow!" And today, with all the announcements and stuff, I said, "Fuck!" I said,
I fear they got me.
"We're going to Jacksonville, girls."
I don't know about all that.
We're going to Jacksonville, girls. I said, "Wow."
Yeah, no, so they got me. But yeah, no, that's the thing. And I tweeted this too early, right? Like, I love hating on AEW. I love doing it. Every time they do something semi wrong or semi stupid, or I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? I'm real crazy about it. I'll be talking crazy about each and every single person there, including starting with and CEO. I'm talking about the president of AEW. Crazy.
Your Wi-Fi is crazy.
Tony Khan. He did it. But yeah, I be in his mentions going crazy.
You said, "Can I get some money?" Sister, you're speaking in Braille.
Me? Not sure. You have so much money that it's a little bit outlandish, right? Like, you sliding me 50 bands is not gonna make no difference to you tomorrow. Like, none. And I've been angling on it on this show. You guys know he offered to pay for private party school and they turned him down. So now you do have, whether you intended to or not, you do have an all elite scholarship fund that you set aside and nobody is using. So
Except for never mind.
No, I'm like, there are people who use it, but I'm like, that money specifically, that's still out there, right? That's still out there. So I'm just saying, I don't think it's outlandish for you to say, wow, you know what? These are really big fans of of my product, and they've been day ones, and I think they're super fun and super cool, and they really want to keep going to school. Maybe I should slide them some coins. And y'all sit up here talking about, I say y'all, certain people sit here talking about, oh, stop begging. I don't think asking rich people for money is crazy. Why do you have so much money?
No.
Hello?
Also, especially billionaires. And also, I would say, once the Osprey project comes out, Tony Khan, seriously, I believe, and I've said this for a while, AEW needs real behavioral researchers. Like, AEW needs real behavioral researchers, especially ones that understand Gen Z, ethnic populations. When you see the amount of research that Dani has done, this is the type of person you're going to want to fund her education.
I'm a sociologist. What can I say?
Imagine this person, right? Like getting a master's in, let's say, sport psychology, sport administration, sport management. This is the type of niche researcher that you need.
You're struggling to make inroads in certain demographics. Brother, I am those demographics. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if you were to start an all elite scholarship fund and the first one were to go to anybody but me, we would have problems. I'm like, fine if you don't do it, like whatever. But if you actually end up doing that one day and I don't get anything out of that, you must commence the marriages. We gonna have problems.
Well,
Ollie Wrestling had a show tonight.
Yes. We started off with a beautiful quick promo from Hangman talking about how Kyle Fletcher better not disappoint him.
Why was he that color? I guess you're not supposed to ask people anymore.
Probably sunburnt.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I just
Man, he got his ass beat on like this weekend.
yeah, but not like in the face. Like your face shouldn't be red. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even notice.
I was the first thing I noticed because I was looking him dead in the eye, and I was like, "What's wrong? Why are you so red?" I honest to God, my first thought was like maybe he's having an allergic reaction. I don't know how it works.
Let's hope not. Yeah, he does get red really fast, Jalen. That is true.
It's true. We can show by the picture we took with him.
We kicked off with Brodito versus Gates of Agony and a really great tag team opener. Even though GOA lost, I do like that it feels at least like they feel like a more legitimate tag team in the division. Like they're not just jobbers. They've been great. I think that they were in a great trios match. That Hurt Syndicate, Ricochet and great GOA match at All Out was fantastic. Same thing though with the ladder match for the tag titles. I also thought was fantastic. Brodito.
Oh my God, I still think about that.
Bro, Brody King, they had you with scrubs. Do you hear me? Oh my God. Talk about a stimulus package. Gonna let me upgrade.
No, Harriet Tubman. Both those things happening at the same time is crazy. So Harriet Tubman, right, was obviously such an she was obviously such an influential figure in history, Black American history. She was also of the belief not everybody can come with me. Not everybody can come with you. Brody King, you have made that road to freedom by yourself. Do not look back. Do not outstretch your hands. You gotta keep running straight forward, baby. To freedom!
Dani, I will say that was an all-timer clip on this show just now. Somebody got to clip that. Bro. Why would you say that?
I mean it.
I know.
I mean it, though.
I know. I know. Why would
you? If Harriet Tubman, I can't say that. If Harriet Tubman were alive today, she would have.
No. It's not worth it, sister. It's not worth it. You know what? This is what really fucks me up about Dani. This is what you don't see. I will typically get a text from her like days before the show, like, maybe we need to tone things down a bit, right? She'll be like, maybe we need to tone things down, a little bit going forward. I really care about digital footprint and stuff like this. She then proceeds. She will get on this show and show her absolute every week. She can't help it. She can't.
Yeah. Nick and I literally had this conversation earlier this week. I was like, yeah, man, I don't know. I gotta relax.
You know what? I agree, though.
I don't think that was that. You know what? I was gonna say something.
I respect it. I also be wondering too. I said, especially in today's social climate, I might not make it, y'all, back in corporate life of just. And I try really hard. I try really, really hard these days, but it's getting harder, man. How much more filter?
It's getting harder because I have. Nobody. Well, first off, nobody used to be paying attention. I've said and done some stuff that honestly, the one thing I can say about myself and like kind of take pride in is that like I've always been the same person. So like morally, I I've always had the same morals. Like politically, always had the same stances. So it's not gonna be like cancelable offense and like that. Oh, like she said a slur when she was like 16 because like no, I didn't. But
No. Oh,
did
yeah.
I
I never had
say some?
kids.
Did I make statements I probably shouldn't have made just in a more odd sense? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah, will say, all of my
Everything
incriminating
important.
stuff is some very leftist progressive behavior, I will say.
Oh, absolutely.
All of my most controversial statements are all very progressive. I can confirm. I can
You know what?
confirm.
But yeah, what have we done that is worse than something that a man with a podcast has done?
That is a great question, and the answer is
And
nothing.
I have things that I regret saying because they were oversharing. Do I have things that I regret saying because I think I was wrong? No.
I can't agree, and I do agree on that because there's nothing that I regret because I felt like I was wrong. I will say. And my only regrets is that sometimes I feel like I should have just went ahead and said something, but I just didn't say something because I was trying not to be offensive. Um, yeah, I agree. I never think I'm wrong. And honestly, I am never wrong. Sometimes I'm just too early.
Exactly. That's what I've been telling y'all. That's why I told y'all about Pack. Welcome home, demon.
Um,
Um,
let's get through the rest of this show.
I've
Brodito,
not seen Superman. I've seen it 5 times. I watched it last night.
I'm gonna watch it for the first time this week. I meant to
I
watch
love
earlier.
that movie. I made my
I can't.
mom watch it with me yesterday.
Oh wow. Um,
Oh,
so um, they so
shout out, Miss.
Brodito beat GOA. What happened after that?
You know, I
Oh,
don't know.
they did it was a backstage segment with the Conglomeration, um, teasing OC's return later in the night. And then they did the backstage segment with Kris Statlander, our new AEW Women's World Champion, and Harley Cameron talking backstage. And I'm not gonna lie, Stat, you had us in the first half. The way you was looking at that camera, I thought you was gonna kill Harley. Not gonna lie to you. You had me convinced full. I thought that sister was gone. I'm not gonna hold you. Even to the point that where Renee looked at her, she said, "For your childhood." Um, but yeah, we'll get to that later. Next, we had Lee Moriarty versus Hangman. Hey, didn't do much for me, but world champion
Me
Hangman.
neither, and I really want to like it. You
Me
know,
too, because
like
I have
honestly,
enjoyed some of Lee's work lately, especially the Pure Rules match that he had on the at the last Ring of Honor pay per view was excellent. Um, maybe their styles just didn't mesh well together.
no, and it didn't help that the crowd wasn't into it. I was very much reminded they were hyped for the entrances, and then they started wrestling, and the crowd. It very much reminded me of what Zack Saber Jr. said, and I was like, you guys are the dogs.
Shakespeare,
Um,
meat dog.
you guys are the dogs. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I like Lee. I do like Lee. I just
I
don't think
like
that
Lee.
this.
I I like
Yeah,
Lee, and I want to like him even more. He's hit or miss for me, and tonight
I agree.
it wasn't a hit.
I agree. Um, next we had the FTR
Now world
segment.
champion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shout out to Hangman. Lovely. But yeah, next we had the FTR segment with Stokely. I'm gonna be honest, I still have no idea really what was the purpose of all that Beth stuff. Um,
I'll raise you one. I have absolutely no memory of that match at all. like at fucking
You know what
all.
though? I don't think many of us do, which is why I think they had to spend so much time on like replays and stuff
It
to not.
didn't help. They played those clips, and I literally it jogged no memory, and I was like, I know
Mentally,
I watched it.
it feels like All Out really started when when did All Out really start? It started with, I would say, like with the Eddie Kingston match, and even so, it was really more so the Eddie Kingston return, not the match itself. It really started with like the Ricochet and Gates of Agony versus Hurt Syndicate match. Everything before that was really like okay, whatever. Um, also, how do I say this? I want to know a delicate way to say this.
That's not good.
I loved the fact that
I'm sorry. Shayla said Cash Wheeler on the mic. Everybody get down.
just listen, that was fucked up.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I love that it feels like in this new season coming out of All Out, and people always say typically TK typically books from All Out to All Out. It's almost like a new fiscal year for AEW. And we're seeing a lot of I think big emphasis while a lot of the top single stars are out, we're seeing big emphasis on the tag division and the women's division, right? And I loved
And that
seeing
was tag division.
Willow get a huge opportunity like that, right? And even to slap bodies and stuff like this. Um, really great. I love seeing her, as a leader in the company. However, I don't think we need Willow Nightingale shooting for Beth Phoenix. I think there are better ways to utilize one of the greatest baby faces of our generation than letting her do Adam Copeland's dirty work while he
And
goes whatever.
and I will echo that sentiment and raise you one and say that if you remember, right, a lot of the Death Rider stuff was unwatchable until Willow Nightingale got involved. Willow
Absolutely.
Nightingale cannot be coming in to save the men in your men's division and in your tag division when you don't know what to do. She's too good to be doing that, to be playing second fiddle to anybody, to be coming in and saving your division when you need it because you know that she's that good and that over as a babyface. That's outlandish. She deserves more than that. And then I think it's pretty clear to me, I think to most of us, that with Stat as world champion, then the obvious next answer is that Willow Nightingale becomes the next world champion after Stat, whenever that is, right? But in the meantime, we don't have to be doing this. Like, and honestly, like, I think the team up with Jet Speed is maybe the most babyface team to ever babyface. Like I think that that's fun. I think that that's great. But I also think that we need to be cognizant of, is this happening again? Is Willow coming in and saving your unwatchable TV otherwise again?
Yes.
Which means everybody, all the men need to get better at their jobs. Just because Willow's fantastic at hers, does not mean that she should be doing yours too. Get yourself over.
I
Get your
honestly
own damn matches.
feel like they're honestly just trying to bide some time because I actually think that Willow's going to win the TBS championship. I think she should. I have a vision. Now that I know that it's possible, I want to be greedy. I want to be really greedy. I want them to book these next couple months just like Sasha and Bailey. I want them to have the tag belts and both top women's titles at the same time. Um,
¿Por qué
I,
no los dos?
I want them to have everything. I have a vision. I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will try to sabotage me. Um, there's so much potential right now. None of those things involve bald men. None of those things involve.
No good thing that I can think of in recent years involves
Here's the
ball.
thing. I'm not even saying that Will has been booked poorly because here's the thing. I do think we can't sit here and act like she doesn't have a unique placement. Like she isn't treated like just anybody else in the division, right? Like, she has been at the heart of defending and being, the face of Team AEW, right? Um, I just kind of feel like what we won't be doing is allowing Willow Nightingale to give everybody else a stimulus package without her
Yeah,
being
she's
able to
like in the
herself.
middle. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. And someone in the chat made a really good point. It was like, yeah, she's doing all this for the men and has been at several points throughout the course of the year. And we're still, so it's like you're telling me that this is the best way
Your Wi-Fi's eating your ass.
You need to be so for real. Like, dude,
Your
you ain't
Wi-Fi.
got no. If you turn around and grab, if you don't turn around and grab Christian Cage by the throat, because that's where you need to be. You need to be on his neck, you and him attached at the hip. Anything less for you is bad business.
Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I think Adam Copeland, there's not too, and I say this as somebody who grew up like a lifelong edgehead growing up. There's not too many stories I still want to see you tell in all elite wrestling.
Me neither.
And for FTR, I think
Curly.
I think the FTR has honestly had a really good year. But you do something else. Like just do something else. Fight Jet Speed 1-on-1 and lose. Because they need some wins. I'm not gonna lie to you. They need some wins.
That's the other thing too. Jet Speed is been too good and has been too real of a part of the tag this past couple months for them to keep laying their shoulders. Some right? Like it gets a little ridiculous because here's the thing, right? Like I've seen people say like, oh, they get Private Party, and no tea, no shade, no disrespect to Private Party. Private Party had been a tag team for years. They before they really got their first real jump in AEW. Jet Speed came together and has been running with it like a house on fire. They have been absolutely phenomenal. They have been on TV consistently, and they're super over baby faces. At some point, it's one of those things where it's like, honestly, I guess kind of in the same vein as Willow, it's like no matter how much they lose, they will still be loved. You will still, you still gonna get that pop, and people are still gonna want to see what they do next. That does not mean that you need to always book them to lose to everyone all of the time. FTR, shoulders on the motherfucking mat.
Yeah. I don't want to see Willow out there shooting for Beth no more. I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's all respect to her. I really liked Beth Phoenix growing up. I did. But we just need to be serious.
Someone said, "Is there an updated Rob list coming?" Guys, we're gonna chill on that for a little bit because I don't want anyone to think I'm an actual criminal. We will be back, but we're gonna
respectfully. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Uh-oh.
Next, we had the MJF promo. Max, this has been great work from you. Honestly, I think this past weekend was probably the best I've seen in MJF. And guess what? He lost twice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He told a racist to off himself, proceeded to have a classic in Arena Mexico. If you haven't seen the Mystico match, please go watch it. Then had a fantastic match. Then had a fantastic match the day after with Mark Briscoe, and Mark Briscoe finally got a win. Thank God in that tables and tax match. It was fantastic.
That was a great match.
He got his period in the middle of the ring and kept going.
He did, which we need to address his period. I'm going to introduce you guys to the concept of a Diva Cup. But look, I know tampons are expensive and like things can
You use
things
like wait, I was about to ask you that, but I was like, not on air. I'm not gonna ask you. That was about to be over. I was about to.
I would answer.
I know
But
that's what we don't want to freak people out.
that's my problem. I know tampons are expensive. We, however, cannot be free bleeding in this. We cannot be in white pants. We cannot be doing that. And look, you can get pads at the Dollar Tree for $125. Like, but you just gonna have to change it, girl. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Um, but yes, Max, and I'm gonna hold your hand. Everybody put your hands up. I'm gonna hold your hands while I say this. You need to let that Hangman Osprey picture go. He is gonna bring it up until the end of time that he got left out, and it hurts. I know, and they look so cute too, and I'm sure I can only imagine how that felt.
However,
You're not on the team.
you
You're
are
not
not.
in the chat, and that's okay. Everybody can't be in the team.
And right, like being real. In the promo, he's like seeing people like Swerve, Hangman, Osprey, like get all this. And at one point, they were in my dust. Ladies, can anyone identify at any point in time in which William Peter Charles Osprey was in the dust of Maxwell Jacob Friedman?
It just didn't work here. That's all.
But they were still talking about.
They was talking about him.
He had cross continental motion.
Real
Like
motion.
the thought that he might be here was moving more niggas than almost anybody else in the world. But that's not even my point. My point is like one feels like a little bit of a reach because two, like right, I don't feel like the MJF that we've been seeing since he lost the world title. I agree with him. It's not the same MJF. But those two honestly feel so disconnected to me that I'm like, I don't even really know what we're talking about. Because you being like, I want to be in the same vein as Swerve, Osprey, Hangman, like, you just, you haven't been. Because you've been doing all these different things that make no damn sense. The Hurt Syndicate thing made no sense. I understand sometimes ideas don't pan out, but like, it was a long period of time in which things were just a little bit odd.
Hangman
And
and Swerve kept the lights on in that company at the end of 2023 during MJF's reign. And that's a fact.
and so for you to be like, oh, they was in my desk, we all being real, they were not. They were not. Um, and then as soon as the Billy Goat stepped in the company, he ain't been in nobody's desk. But my bigger point is right, like, who's on that shirt?
Bruiser Brody. Somebody asked
Oh,
about is Derek wearing a Bruiser Brody shirt? Yes.
okay. But yeah, so like my thing is, and I know people gonna come for me because they're gonna act like I don't understand. I do understand the contract thing. I think it's stupid. I think where we are, I think where we are with the contract is dumb, and everybody's gonna say Danielle, or Danny, they're using it as he's gonna hold on to it, and then he's gonna go make his movies, and he's gonna come back, and he's gonna cash it in, and he's gonna have this rematch with Hangman. Concept understood. I promise you, I got it. I still think it's dumb because I think we did all of this convoluted back and forth of actually he's going to cash in the contract. Actually, no, he's not going to cash in the contract. Actually, now you have to declare that you're going to use it before a week. Actually, I'm leaving. What?
Why couldn't Athena get a backup shot at
Like
the
what?
World?
A backup shot that she gets to cash in 6 months down the line or 3 months down. Like it doesn't make any
And why
sense.
couldn't Mark Briscoe win the contract in
It
the
doesn't make any sense. Why couldn't like? So I understand. Like I said, I'm not dumb. I understand the concept of why you're gonna do it, and I actually am. I interested in seeing them run it back? I am. I really am. I think they were telling a great story. Um, I think the actual stuff with the contract made no sense. I thought it was extra, and I thought it was bullshit while they were doing it. So now the fact that you're gonna sit on it for however long you're gone, like that's a little bit outlandish, is it not? Especially given the fact that you're someone that was in the way that you're positioned on the card, that you just could have come back and just declared that you wanted to have it, and you could have had it, and we could have used that contract on somebody who maybe needed that to elevate themselves to the main event scene. Like, I think the whole thing has been really poorly handled and very badly written.
Yes, I agree. But nevertheless, Max is going away for a while. I don't know what else to tell you. And buddy, when
Give
he
it to
get
God.
and honestly, and I'm gonna also hold your hands while I say this. This weekend was an audition. It was an audition for the proto star Kyle Fletcher to see could he be the top heel of this company.
And baby, he got the role.
Right. He
He put his tap shoes on and he said, "Let me get to work."
he put that full pro tussie. He
People
man,
were so mad at me when I said that, and I was like, anyway, so go ahead.
Kyle, the TNT champion, the proto star Kyle Fletcher, is exactly who he thinks he is, and probably better.
Um, and probably better. And my last
Here's
thing that I'll say
I was
on
gonna
MJF
say.
before we move on.
No, I was gonna say quickly. And this isn't to say that Max didn't do really well, right? I think MJF had a great weekend that if he was sticking around, he could easily, I feel like he could have easily compounded upon that.
That was my point.
If you gonna take breaks, did you see in like the next, did you see what Big Proto Star was cooking up tonight on the mic? I said, hold on. He made that TNT title match next week sound like a world title feud.
And my 2 cents, I was gonna say the frustrating thing about MJF, and like whatever, go make your movies, go make your bank. Like, we're not sitting up here pocket watching, although we could be. Give me some
Yeah,
money, but we're not sitting up here pocket watching. What we're saying is, like, he had 2 great matches, and honestly, like, he was cutting really good promos before him. It felt like he was actually in a zone. So for you to be stepping out of that zone, and then we have to hope and pray that you're back in it when you come back, which can be kind of hit or miss, you know. We gotta hope and pray that you can cut back, because you're gonna come back right into the main event scene. That you're gonna have people like Kyle Fletcher working towards in the meantime, or working back towards in the meantime. You see what I mean? It's like it it's not even to say that you're not doing good work, because that would be disingenuous. It's saying you were doing good work, now you're leaving. So why do you need that contract
not
for when
enough.
you come back?
It's not enough.
A few solid niggas left, but
It's just not enough. I'm gonna be honest, especially right now with Swerve, Osprey, Omega, so many top guys out.
this is
Work
an opportunity.
work rate is gonna be the name of the game. Can you show up to Dynamite every week in and week out? Guess what? World champions, they wrestle around here. You saw both world champions wrestling, right? It just is what it is, right? Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a defense, whether it's one of these 8-man tags, it doesn't matter.
Everybody got a job. Everybody got a
Everybody,
job. And
and
I was just gonna add, like, in that same vein, right? Like, maybe that's why the contract thing is pissing me off even more. It's like, okay, there are top names missing at the top. There are. This could be an opportunity if you were really, like, like, I need to get back to me, and I was really cooking, like, whatever. This is like the prime time. And like I said, I understand that you as like the guy, or you as like MJF, whatever, like, you want to do other stuff or whatever, but what it feels like is it feels removed from this, where it's like, okay, so now this is a time of opportunity, not just for you, but for anybody, you know? And if that seat is open, which now you're getting up. Oh my God, I was gonna make another Rosa Parks reference. But now you getting up and you free in that seat. Somebody will take it.
Dani, what? That was actually a really good reference. I was also going to say this too, and this is going to be crazy, but I think next year, we've talked about this a couple times about All In, and I had heard that a thought could possibly be like a four way, right? Three-way, four-way for the world title and all in. Three of these spots are secure. One of
The other one is starting to look a little bit proto pink.
Here's the thing, guys. It's going to be hard. If we are moving at this level, right? We're going to get to around July. We know, not July, maybe May. We're going to get around May or nothing. And they're going to be like, okay, I don't know, y'all. Does MJF make sense when we got the proto star right here? And it's going to be an argument. It's going to be an argument. And how do I say this? I don't want to say, I don't want to compare him to like Britt Baker, right? Because I think MJF is better than Britt Baker. But I think being here from day one is not enough. You have to be exceptional. I think Kris Statlander is a great example, right? There's a difference why one of these people stood the test of time, and there's a reason
And the
why
other is Sammy Guevara.
the other one we went to your city that night and you didn't and you couldn't come.
And
Uh,
I'll take it a step further. Nobody was checking for you.
no.
But
Uh,
I
MJF isn't that extreme.
I
That extreme of a situation though, but still.
and you're leaving. You know? Like that so you're not even helping your own case. Kyle Fletcher has been improving at a pace that is absolutely insane. He was
Eyes have
already a fantastic he's already a fantastic professional wrestler. And if you go back and you watch some of his stuff before he put on weight, for example, in this Osprey thing, he had a match with Osprey like I don't even remember what promotion, but way back in the day. He was a great professional wrestler. He started putting on weight. He started getting in the gym. He started looking in the mirror and telling them promos to himself. And Kyle Fletcher is an unrecognizable guy compared to 5, 6 years ago. All right. And if you give him another year or another even 6 to 7 months,
I don't think we even need a full year, bro.
you give Kyle Fletcher another 6 to 7 months, it's gonna be hard for you to look at anybody in that company and not say that might be his seat now.
To the point where if Kyle Fletcher is not, let's say there is a hypothetical, let's say there's a hypothetical four-way, right? And Kyle doesn't end up being in it. The only acceptable matches for him at All In, if he's not in the world title matches, he got to be working like Kenny or Okada. That's it.
I opened my mouth to say Okada, but yeah, you know what? You can have Kenny Omega, sure. That's our problem though. Like that's my booking problem. If it were up to me, every night would have the same 5 people. And nobody gets to leave until Kenny Omega wrestles.
That's a good one. I will say Kyle versus Takeshita at All In would make me cry. I don't want to cry.
I
That would
do.
make me. That would make me cry. I do want to cry, but that would really. They'd have to take me out in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I want to be a child of divorce. I've never experienced that before.
I mean, look, my parents never got married, so there's that. No.
My parents in love or whatever.
Oh wow,
Whatever.
that's so.
My dad, honestly, in aside, like simp. But like in a good way, like he's like his own man or whatever. He'd be mad if I said that, but like simp. Also, he only has 3 daughters, so he's he's a great listener. I'll say that.
Have you ever seen the play called Mufaro's Three Beautiful Daughters?
No.
It's a it's like an African play. We did it for our one of our elementary school Christmas plays one year. Um, I forgot the plot of it. I just remember like the song. Mufaro had three beautiful daughters. Mufaro had three beautiful daughters. I
Well,
just remember that. I don't know why that made me just think of it,
that's
but
us. So yeah,
that's how I know I went to an all black elementary school.
I went to a mostly Latinx elementary school, so that's fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
interesting noise.
Say that all the time. I say that all the time. It wasn't Target. Wow, I can see now how that could have been misconstrued. Oh,
We just
yeah,
talked about not getting canceled.
I just be
Clip that.
talking.
Clip
Please,
that. It's lyric
please
week. What I meant by that is it's the week lyric gets canceled.
again,
I know. Mine's
again.
coming up.
There go your childhood.
Mine's coming up. You guys want a sneak preview? Mine's coming up on Friday when I tell you Kenny when I tell y'all that Osprey Okada the dual climax 33 was a 3.75 instead of a 5. They gonna hog tie me.
I will say, I've seen some of the ratings you got here. You do need to be hogtied for a few of them.
I know that some of these hog ties are coming. However, I don't regret them. And again, well, I won't get too much into this because I'm like when that video drops, it will be the yap of the century. But like, you have to keep in mind that you're watching all of these together, right? Like, not the way that we watch them as viewers the first time, because I had seen all these matches before. But I'm like, every single match that I gave a 5-star review, I've watched now at least 300 Osprey matches. Every single 5-star match I remember. And I can't say that about the fours or the 3.75s. So yes, there will be some I know inevitably that I will be hogtied. Um, but I don't take anything back. That's not true. I'm willing to. I'm morally flexible. You can pay me for a higher rating on this thing. I want to put that out there too. There are gonna be some Rev Pro people who will want to slide me some coins. I know that.
Well, thank you for your
Anyway, what
service.
happened next on All Elite Wrestling's Dynamite that aired tonight on TBS and also on HBO Max?
Next, we had the. They gonna really believe that we all elite princesses for real after that plug.
Sponsored by
Um,
iDrink.
next
I
we
can I wait, can I say really quickly? Last week I tweeted everything I say is a joke. I tweeted like, "Oh my gosh, just had iDrink for the first time and it's way cheaper than an abortion. Thanks AEW." The amount of people in my DMs that Danielle, this isn't funny. Danielle, this crosses the line. I was like, I knew I had beef with the Catholics before, but now we really have standing beef because there were a lot of people that were like, take this one down, take this one down. No,
was there anybody from the
no, then I definitely wouldn't have listened. It was just random fans. I was like,
Yo,
funny. I thought it was funny, and obviously, guys, obviously, I don't mean it. It's a little tee.
it was it was funny.
Anyway,
Um, I just don't know why your brain even went there. Next we had the trios match. We had the Conglomeration versus the Don Callis family. Don Callis was in the middle of revealing what was going to be another absolutely heinous painting. But we were saved by Orange Cassidy making his grand return tonight.
welcome
Um,
back, OC. Streets did miss you.
it was really good to see Orange Cassidy. Unfortunately, all I could think about and look at and stare at was Okada and Takeshita.
Yes,
Like,
that's not unfortunate. That's a blessing.
they have completely rewired my brain chemistry. Like, they don't even have to be looking at each other. They don't have to be
When they
fighting.
walked out, because I was like, damn, we only walking out to Okada's music, huh? Takeshi got to feel some type of way about that.
That unified championship match over the weekend brought me to tears. I was
Match of the
crying.
weekend. Send tweet.
It- mm,
Not match of the weekend. Sorry, match of the night.
mm,
CMLL, I'm not speaking on you. I would never do you like that, girl.
I'd have to think of. I'm gonna rewatch the pay per view and see how I feel because, like, right now I still have the main event higher, but I wouldn't argue that would be my like number two easily. So I would, and narrowly. but I'm going to rewatch to make sure to see
I
how
also have to say and acknowledge the bias of I was most excited for this match as well.
there's fair.
So
That's fair. I mean,
I also understand that it might just be one of those things where I was like, damn, I was super hyped for this and it absolutely delivered what I wanted to see. So like, um could be elements of that as well, but whether it was the best or not, it fucked.
bro, I
Um
was crying. I was legitimately
that
sad. Oh
match was incredible. Mascara Dorada, we did not forget about you either, girl. We did
demon,
not forget about
demon,
you.
demon, 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 home pussy.
Yeah, mug
Listen,
off for the title. Yeah.
Okada and Takeshita is so many different dynamics because like there's time where it's just like, man, they would be an incredible tag team. Man, they
Oh
would
my
be
god, can you imagine?
like man, they would be
They need to
incredible.
whoop the Hurt Syndicate.
They would be incredible opponents. They would be like, wow, imagine if Takeshita really had been Okada's young boy in New Japan. Wow,
And
like
we would have
what
gotten none of this.
you I mean, or maybe you do eventually. Of just Takesha's kind of like undeniable, unfortunately, in a way that respectfully, at least at the time, them other niggas wasn't. They not. They wasn't.
You think I'm gonna
Yo,
sit up here and disagree with you?
I'm gonna just be real with you. Wow. Konosuke Takesha and Kazuchika, like when they look at each other, when they do like any type
When
of
they was
tag,
doing shit together, I want to see all of it. Everything that y'all could think about doing together, against each other, with each other, I want to see it.
and what I think is even better is because, and I noticed this, and shout out to I would say specifically the Japanese talent, or just not even just the Japanese talent, like just the non-English speaking or English as a second language talent in AEW, especially like some of the more top stars of they can't not they can't, but they don't rely on their words as much as some of their other counterparts. So you really have to lock into their body language and facial expressions and their mannerisms in a way that makes every single thing they do captivating. Okada's always been a master at this.
I was gonna
Takeshi,
say, and Kazuchika
I'm really,
Okada's always been the best in the world at that. He's never needed to talk to you niggas.
absolutely right. You and I knew. Well, I'd always known this, but I knew Okada was a especially different type of beast in the build to for in the build to Forbidden Door. When Okada and Swerve, they built that match literally by looking at each other and saying, "Bitch, bitch." The crowd went wild.
And I said, exactly. Give me 10 more of them.
They said, "Hell yeah!" They said, "Hell yeah!" Money match. Woo! Gotta respect it. But Cash Money, Kazu, and Takesha actually have no idea how long we're going to stretch this out. I don't care. I I think the first match should be in Japan.
And
I don't.
Danielle, lyric, who wins? Me. Me as the viewing audience.
I do think Takesha should win. I have a vision.
No, he
Ta-
won't.
Takesha is going to hold that IWGP World Championship and that Unified Championship over his head. He's going to swing those belts around, and you're going to hear us fainting from hundreds of miles and thousands of miles away. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be glorious. Um, many people, we're all going to love it. Many are saying this.
Then you're saying this.
Many are saying this. Um,
And then his
I'm a
first
fan.
defense will be against Kota Ibushi.
But after this match was even more fun. Um, the conglomeration wins, and we had already seen like a little glitch in the system from El Clan earlier. The protostar Kyle Fletcher came out and addressed his kingdom in his pink
In a
suit,
fantastic suit, by the way. Fantastic suit.
and he says, "I womp 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 hologram. I want you." He said you the roughest and toughest man in AEW. You undefeated. I need that streak. I want to see you next week for this TNT title. I said, oh my God.
And I want to add, Hologram was fantastic in this match.
Yes. Hologram. I said, whoa, is this real motion? I said, hologram, you getting that real push. That
Yerp.
real push. That's that real push. And here's the thing, I love this because he's gonna lose, but this is the perfect way to end his streak on a high note. And because we know, like, I think this is gonna be the debut of like this clone character. Bro, this nigga got an evil clone.
I know that's right.
That's so tough.
That's what
Also,
I should start telling people.
nobody, you ruined the gimmick a long time ago.
No, that's who's tweeting on Black Girl Wrestling. It's not me.
Yeah, you ruined the gimmick a long time ago. The account has unfortunately gotten too big now.
I'm just gonna delete it. Honestly, I really am been considering it. I think like on the last day of December, I'm just gonna like delete it and
You
act like
should
this never happened.
disable for a week and come back and completely new logo and everything. Refresh.
Just total rebrand.
Yeah.
I'm about to. I'm so serious. When I publish this video on Friday, I'm literally logging out for like a month. I don't care. Y'all won't see me till the next pay-per-view or beyond. I'll do Dynamite Diaries, but I'm
Real.
tired. Truth is, I'm tired.
To be honest, I don't really like Twitter much when you're not there. They start showing their ass.
You know what? Many are saying this.
Yeah, no. Much like our AEW Men's World Champion Hangman Adam Page, you're a real sheriff. You know, you come down in town, you lay down the law. You're fair. Your word is final. You give the people what they need. And so yeah,
Hell yeah.
you're
So
the sheriff.
basically, what she's saying is, so Danielle's a cop. I'm kidding. No, you're right. Yeah, glad you associate me with law enforcement.
Do you know what to Harriet Tubman?
Yeah, a slave catcher. Oh my god, not that one. Oh. What is this show about, man? Jesus Christ. Harriet Tubman, we are so sorry. We want you to know, like, we're not just ignorant people. I'm looking up.
Allegedly.
I want you to know that we're not just like ignorant people. Lyric and I both have degrees in Black Studies. Lyric and I, like, we do care. We do know.
We really just be joking.
We're literally just kidding, Harriet. I promise. Rosa, you too. Who else did we invoke tonight? Fuck. I think that's it so far.
This is really. I did promise that we were going to review All Out using solely Ayanna Van Zandt quotes. I did say this. I prepped this show saying that we were going
That's true. She did say that.
Did issue a disclaimer saying that blame Ayanna. This is all her fault.
My mom and I used to watch that show all the time.
Because she went to that girl and said, "Oh, so you telling Sojourner the truth? You the boss bitch?"
Not on my watch.
She said, read that to Dorothy Dandridge, Pearl Bailey. Read that to her. Oh no, it'll be embarrassing.
No, read it. I'm a boss bitch.
And it cost to be the boss bitch. Oh, so you telling Sojourner the truth? You the boss bitch.
If you're white, there's a show. I don't know what it came on before, but I knew I used to watch it on Oprah Winfrey Network.
It was on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
We used to watch it on the Oprah Winfrey Network, and it was called Ayanna Fix My Life. And this lady, she would like, you know what? I don't even know if she actually helped any situation ever, because she would come into these houses, honestly, like, kind of Dr. Phil style, where like she's not really nice to you about the whole situation or like empathetic, but she's in your house, so that's different from Dr. Phil.
Have you ever seen the episode? It was like the nigga with like 15 kids, and she makes him walk into the room and they're all baby dolls. Hold them all. You can't even do it, can you?
Which is also like a crazy thing to say to someone, because he can't take the kids back now. Like, like, so for you to be like,
You know what?
you
That
can't
reminds
take
me.
care of them.
Nick
Well, they're
Cannon.
here.
Nick Cannon did an interview like last week.
Yeah, they said name all your kids.
He said I could see how this decision making might have aged poorly. Um, no shit, Sherlock. You're probably bleeding money, and you can't be 15 places in one dime.
No. And you know what was craziest about Nick Cannon was that literally at the time when he was going crazy and fucking like rabbits, when he was going crazy, he was like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing this." And then later, he had a moment of clarity, post not clarity, and he was like, "Oh, why did I say that?" He has a moment of clarity,
It's
and he
always
was like, "Oh, actually, I'm so blessed to have my family, like whatever." It's like you literally didn't say that 10 minutes ago, and I just feel bad for those kids, man.
and the baby mama that you really want is the one that's the most. She's scared of you. Mariah Carey,
She,
can't
she.
see.
That's really all this was. All of these relationships or whatever are crash outs because you lost the girl you did want. Minnie can relate to this. I know every ex I had would probably have the same experience.
That's right, Danny. You take this thing that's not about you and you make it about you.
Why
That's right.
not?
Mm. Mhm.
Why
Many are saying,
not?
let's get back to regular scheduled programming.
Yeah, because my phone's in 6% and I don't have a charger. Many are saying this.
Okay, hologram. We'll see you next week. Title versus streak.
We're excited.
Next, we finally got we reiterated the Jurassic Express reunion.
Welcome back,
Be
Hope
amazing.
and Joy.
Jack Perry, I love you so much. Thank you for grabbing that tag rope, my brother. I have plans
I
that
won't
I
say I love you, but I will say thank you.
no, I've always been a big Perry girl.
You know what? I love that for you.
Yeah.
I was
Think
a
he's
Jungle Boy girl.
oh, 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 oh,
Jalen
also
said, "This is how I know it's midnight over there." Yeah.
Luchasaurus, I love seeing you being able to use your
Welcome back. Welcome back. Also,
hot
I manifested this because I literally tweeted like, "I'm not calling that bitch kill switch. Your mama named you Luchasaurus," and now literally a week later, a miracle, and he's fixed.
the yoke of the devil. Roy. Next we had a really good sprint between Hobbs and Claudio before Pac came back and ruined it. Welcome back,
He didn't.
Pac.
He didn't ruin anything, Pac. You're always welcome in my company, Pac. I said this on the All Out review with Jalen and Chloe on a deeply unserious wrestling podcast. Everybody needs to listen to immediately. Pac was always my demon. I have kept his name alive, and as he was gone, I was spreading his gospel while he was still here. Nobody is more excited about this Pac return than I am. Get in the ring, ho. I've been I've been going crazy for you, and I know what you can do. All right, stunt on these hoes, stunt on them.
I need
Hobbs
this.
versus Claudio was really entertaining. Hobbs, you have got to be on my screen more. That is not up for debate.
Correct. Next, we had an amazing announcement from Tony Khan. AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships are here. Finally,
Incredible.
um,
Um,
couch. We about to
I,
get up. I'm about to get all my faves belted up. The agendas are starting.
I'm so excited for this. It's a long time coming, and we should do an episode. Maybe we'll do it of Black Girl Wrestling, and I guess you can come too. No, I'm kidding. I meant we. And like talking about the progression of the women's division because this is just so exciting to see, and I was so scared that the end of the night might undo it. Um, because I was afraid some music would hit and we were gonna take a few steps back. Luckily, um, we take a huge step forward with the women's tag belts. Super excited for this. I mean, I think that the women's division has been on fire, as we've all said, and now with Stat at the helm, and rejecting the Death Riders as well. Like, there's so much opportunity for the division for upward mobility, and it's so exciting to see. This Tag division finna go crazy. The belts, however, are ugly.
I don't think they're ugly. I just think like
They're god ugly.
they just look like the men's belts.
No, no, those are awful. They look like the men's trios.
No, they don't. The
Yes, they
men's
do.
trios are circles. Those belts are square.
You know what? I'm gonna pause and not act like I actually remember, but I remember they're ugly.
They look exactly like the men's belts.
I think they're ugly. Yes, Run Back Pack versus Hangman. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Matter of
Absolutely.
fact, on pay per view. And I also want to say this is the time of the moment. Actually, Jalen brought it up, but everybody thank Lyric for the house. Thank you, Lyric Appreciation Week. Thank Lyric for the house. Thank you, thank you. Next time I do like an actual like Lyric Appreciation Week, we're gonna do like the whole week. I just thought of this like a couple hours ago,
I
so
just think I just do my birthday week.
no, you don't get to pick. This is you. What you think it's about you? You think you get to pick?
My fault. Dani was just as much a part of, I think, boosting the numbers, and I also think that Jalen and
No,
Chloe
Jalen and Chloe are so
are
much funnier than I could ever dream of
awesome.
being.
Yeah,
They're
they,
literally hilarious. If you don't follow them, like you're missing out. Block me, follow them.
we can't just do.
Nope.
We can't have both.
Nope. There can be only one.
Anyway.
The tribe has spoken.
Going from the tag belts into the main event. Listen, I think although a lot of us are were and are still are very, very, very happy to see Kris Statlander as world champion. Coming out of the match that we saw and all out with the 4-way, there's a lot of questions. I think there was a lot of questions about this reign, about was she gonna is she gonna be a focal point? How is she gonna be portrayed? And I think especially because one, Toni Storm and is the face of the division and has was just such a fantastic champion, especially in her fourth reign. And I think too, we haven't really even given another woman a chance to be the main character of this division in maybe what 3 years, I say, outside of the Tonyverse. So I think there was a lot that had to be proved tonight. Like we know she delivers in the ring, but can she be a main character? Like, and a focal point. And I think she passed the test with flying colors. Um, Listen, I was captivated. I felt it. Willow felt it. We all felt it. Um, this was a great first defense. This was, I think, from the entrance alone, I was like, all right, we really locked in. We really here. And think the match was great. And then going from that into the Death Riders presentation, and man, they had me. My heart was in my ass. I said,
No, the
Harley,
whole time. The
Harley,
whole time.
girl. I said, whoa. Not even to the point where I was kind of like non-committal on Stat joining the Death Riders. Like I'm like, hey, if that's how she gets to be world champ, cool. If it's not, cool. I just
That's
wanted
how
where
I thought I felt until it was happening, and I was like, "No,
I
you
I
see the
it was.
light."
I think for me, I just want whatever to happen to be good, and I wanted it to be captivating, right? I didn't want it to be like here next to them. And I felt like, okay, they made sure like it was captivating. Her turning down Suda captivating. Her fingers and Mox was captivating. And you know what I also loved about it? It was fucking smart and clever. It was clever because a lot of times y'all just be sitting there waiting to get your ass beat. She beat you up. You saw how Harley immediately got out of the ring, and then Stat flips off the ring, and immediately gets out of the ring. They don't try to fight them off themselves. They're smart, which I really loved. I
But you
really
know what else? I know I'm glitchy because my microphone died. But you know what else was smart? Was like she never promised anything to Wheeler Yuta. So y'all thinking, oh, she just gonna join the Death Riders because he gave her some inside information and it worked. Okay.
And also too, Yuta
Did I sign something in my blood? No, nigga. Like I took what worked. Hell yeah.
and Yuta was not the only person who ever used the seatbelt pin.
No.
Orange Cassidy used it. Chuck Taylor used it. You know, they was all in best friends together.
Homies no
It felt
more.
genuine, and honestly, it felt like people are very invested in Stat, which I felt like has been a long time coming of her feeling like a main character.
Yes.
It's
And
great.
that absolutely tonight. I think, like you said, I think a lot was not up for debate, but a lot needed to be settled about what her character was going to be and what her title reign was going to be tonight. And I think the whole thing was fantastic. I think it made sense, and I think it made her look, like you said, really, really smart about the whole situation. Because we had all resigned ourselves to, oh, we know how this is gonna go. Matter of fact, you can be a spy and you can be devious for good. Like you can you can use underhanded, sneaky tactics and actually still be a good guy. You know?
Yeah, and I don't even think the thing. Honestly, it really wasn't devious. It's really the equivalent of a fancy roll up.
No, no, not
Yep.
not the move itself. I'm like the whole. She been baiting him, and she been whatever, because it benefited her. Hello, why not?
Because she know y'all kill niggas. I'd play along.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like what I'm gonna do? Make you an enemy for no reason? Hello.
especially when you don't really got a lot of allies on your side. And I
Right.
also
But now what
some
I got?
people
A belt.
think Harley and Stat didn't make a lot of sense. I feel like they did a lot of work towards that tonight too. Like their their dynamic felt more genuine coming out of that. Like I was genuinely scared for Harley Cameron. I said they about to kill you. I said, do you know that? Do you know they gonna kill
You know
you?
that? Do you
You
know
you know you have 30 minutes? 30,
that?
30, 30, 30. Um, but this was great. Then you have Darby come out with a flamethrower because why not?
Which pause? Funniest man alive. Like literally, they put your ass in a coffin, dragged you out the same night. He was like, matter of fact, let me set this bitch on fire. Um, After the match, and you know what? That's a very AEW thing to do because you talk about a no sell. You're supposed to be dead, and
Mox should be burnt to a crisp.
box should be burnt to a crisp. And right, like I don't know what y'all think you're gonna do in an I Quit match that you didn't do in a coffin match, and that really concerns me.
Take me through that. Take me
Take
through
me through
that.
that. I need to see it, but I'm like I'm trying to think creative. Like, what would I do?
Yeah.
I'd get a sword or
Then
something.
they announced, I will say, the Dynamite card for next week for 6th anniversary looks really good. We got Hangman, not yeah, Hangman and who was that? The Ops, right? No, is it
Weird.
just
Yeah, no, it's the ops.
yes, the Ops. Hangman and the Ops versus the Death Riders, including DG. We got Title versus Street, Kyle Fletcher versus Hologram. We have a mixed tag match, Kris Statlander and Darby Allen versus
Crazy,
Ruby and Marina Shafir, which is
crazy.
going to be what else got votes?
We want a
Oh,
mid card job. Get paid.
Commander's back on Collision.
Yeah, welcome back.
Also, too, this is what he's talking about. Like Kyle Fletcher is wrestling Saturday and next week, and you talking about being a top heel of the company, and they got this nigga on the job wrestling every day, every week,
And his
multiple
stocks
times
go up
a week.
every time. Like every time. Happy sixth birthday, AEW. I hope you're enjoying the first grade. So true, Jalen. So
They
true.
grow up so fast.
I guess.
Look at our
Okay, guys.
t-shirt.
My phone is going to die. So that's the new goal, right? Like my new savings goal is a computer. That would make things easier. But yeah. Everybody, thanks for watching the Dynamite Diaries. Lyric, do you have anything to plug?
No, I just want to say, everybody, make sure to support the Osprey Project this week,
Oh my
or
god.
else, or else.
You guys want to know something funny? I only started calling it the Osprey Project because I wanted to say, you know what? Matter of fact, I need top right now. Because anyway, but yeah,
Support the project.
please do, or I will cry a lot. I'll probably cry a lot regardless. But like, I don't know. I'm really nervous. I'm very insecure.
I can tell, but I really don't think you should be. You, it's really good. Like, it's so good.
Even if it wasn't, I mean, I literally don't make any money off of wrestling. Like,
Like,
I'll live.
I think you need to stop saying that, though. Like, of just because you don't make money on it doesn't mean that you can't produce quality work and that is still not worth consuming.
I know, but I'm trying to like psych myself out of it and be like, this is not my life's work. This is not my living. If it's not very good, like this actually won't have any effect on my life because believe it or not, even though I've decided that I was going to be insane about it, this is a hobby.
No, it is really good though. So you don't have to worry about that. It is really good. Actually, the first couple paragraphs, like it says like, here's insight into how my brain works. Dani then proceeds to write out her entire mental psyche and like basically her brain processing power. I've never seen anything like it.
Scary place to be. Anyway, Lyric, I hope that you have a great week. Please don't fight any flamingos. I don't have any money on you.
Go fuck yourself. Good night.
Good night, everybody.